All right. So I wonder how you're all dealing. The energies right now are so kinetic. It's like electricity all through the air with everybody um, reacting and um, just attending to world events. So we're going to let go of all of that. But just notice things around you when you're out and about in the outer environment, and then notice your own reactions as well, which brings me to a quotation that I have here. The emptiness referred to in the teachings is not a vacancy or hollowness. It is not an escape from ourselves. It is the laying bare of ourselves. That's a quote by Judith Blackstone. And I thought it was kind of nice because it's just a different way to say some of the same things that we've been saying and been uh, working towards becoming the witness and into our higher selves, if you believe in that term. Some people do, some people call it something else, which is fine. But the emptiness referred to in the teachings is not a vacancy or hollowness. It is not an escape from ourselves. It is the laying bare of ourselves. So it's more of a surrender to the divine within us, I think. So um, we'll be just working towards unwinding and allowing the ego to um, be integrated. We don't need to necessarily sublimate it or annihilate it. We work with it because the ego is our friend as long as we're aware. So just lifting tall now in your spine, letting go of the day, the challenges from this day, if you experienced it that way. Letting yourself open to a higher dimension, a deeper part of yourself, or perhaps a collection of yourself. Just relax with your eyes closed. Bring your attention to your breathing. In Kripalu Yoga, where I was taught out in Massachusetts, that's the first thing we were taught to start with is a centering. It's kind of like a meditation preparation for your practice, coming into your sacred space, coming home to yourself. So focus on your breath and just allow. Tune into your nervous system and your emotional body. Notice what you're feeling. in those areas. Come inside yourself and notice your internal organs, your viscera. Just kind of touching them with your mind, your kidneys and liver and gallbladder, your lungs, your heart, the intestinal area. Just become aware of the abdominal area where your diaphragm lifts and lowers as you breathe. It's kind of like an accordion type muscle, layered. Now notice your shoulders, and if you're holding them up, is there some tension left over left over from the day? And you don't have to do anything about that right now. Just notice, observe, check in. Notice your neck and throat. Did you speak from your truth today? That's another way we can lay ourselves open. Notice your spine. Just check for any areas that feel tight or maybe pain, tingling. Notice your hip joints, especially when you're sitting cross-legged. It kind of changes your awareness. Notice your knees and thighs, down into your feet and ankles. Notice your arms and hands. So just touching some of these areas with your mind can bring healing. And then we'll attune to the breath, moving with our breath. Just bring palms into Anjali Mudra and breathe arms up overhead. And open out, exhale down. Repeat a few times. Now, if you remember your Ujjayi breath, it's really good to use here. And one more round. Open and exhale. Now just bring your left hand on your sternum, your heart center, and press your fingertips onto the mat with your right hand. Just using this as a grounding. Sometimes when we've been through a challenging day, We might feel a little bit off kilter or ungrounded. I don't have any earth in my chart, so I have to be aware. Now just take your left arm out to the side, stretch it up to your ear as you inhale, and exhale into a slight side bend, coming back over, exhaling down, bring your hand to your heart, and inhale up, come over to the side, press back up, bring your hand to your heart, breathe it up, and over, and see if you can go a little bit further each time and notice where you feel sensation. Try to keep shoulders and hip bones facing forward. And this last time we'll come into a hold. Breathe up, exhale over, and reach. You can have your palm or your forearm on the mat, whichever is most comfortable, but rotate your heart upwards and look up under your arm. And then turn your torso, bring your arm down and face your thigh. It'd be your right thigh. Exhale down and over your leg. And then lift your torso, holding your right knee with your left hand, and scoop your right arm out. I'm not mirroring you for this one. Reach up, fingertips to the sky, and a little arch in your back. Lean. And notice where you feel this in your body. Where's the stretch happening? How is your breath flowing? Keep lifting your heart up, arching back. And then bring your fingertips straight up to the sky. Breathe. Hold on to your right knee. Exhale and bring your right arm right around behind you and come into your twist. Use your arms and relax your spine. Become aware of your nervous system and allow it to unwind. First, winding into the twist, squeezing out tension or toxins or emotion that can stick in our body. And press down in your sitting bones, lift up and bring your arm next to your ear once again and unwind, coming down. And change your legs. Okay. So now bringing your right hand onto your sternum, your heart center, and fingertips on your left hand over to the side. Just become aware for a moment as you relax in this position of Earth Mother grounding. And then start with your breath and breathe your arm out and up next to your right ear. Exhale over to the side and see how this feels. Bring your hand back to your heart and then lift it up. Breathe up and over. Rotate your shoulders so they're pointing forward. Exhale down, hand over your heart. Breathe it up. Stretch a little further, reach. And one more round. Hand to your heart and breathe it up. Exhale over and we'll hold this time. So rotate your chest upward. You can come onto just your palm or down onto your forearm, but look up under your arm. Lift your heart and relax into your side bend. Keep lengthening both through your fingertips and through your crown. And then press back up and bring your right hand onto your left knee. And then scoop your left arm out. Breathe it up and back into your arch. Keep lifting on the inhale, arching on the exhale. And then inhale your way back up to center and use your arms to draw you into your twist. And look over your shoulder. Squeezing, wringing out tension, stiffness, tightness, whatever might be there. Shoulders are down away from your ears. And then we'll breathe that left arm back up and unwind the nerves, the spine, and just bring your hands forward, slide. Oh, such a nice stretch for your hips and your low back. Lengthen. Now bring your elbows in a little bit. Arms are aligned. So shoulder, elbow, wrist, and see if you can come up onto your knees and step your feet back into an elbow plank. So stretch out your heels. Legs are active, but a nice long line. Lengthen, elongate from your heels to the crown. Now, just kind of Wiggle a little bit and bring your hands together, interlace fingers. Get comfortable on your elbows. Make sure your skin isn't going to be folded under you. And then lift your hips up. Draw your shoulders back. Draw your feet in towards your face. Your hips will go up in the air into dolphin pose. So press your heels down, bend your knees, press your heels down. Just loosen up in your calves. Press back in your shoulders. Relax your jaw and your neck. And then step your feet back or slide them back. And come back forward into your elbow plank. Now, just draw your knees onto the floor. Separate your arms and hands. Shake them out if you need to or want to. Circle in your wrists. Puppy stretch. And we'll grow our puppy up into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide. Lift. And then walk your feet in towards your hands. Head to knee. Palms together, overlap one thumb. Scoop your arms out. Press down in the soles of your feet. Use the strength of your legs to lift you up into a salute to the back, a little back bend. Reach up, inhale. Engage legs and hips and arch back. Come back to center. Whoops, what's going on here? Okay. Reach up. Now just bring your left arm down. Reach up through your right arm. Exhale over. Press against your left leg. Reach. And then circle that arm around. Loosening in the shoulder. Reverse now. Still in your side bend. Breathe. And back up. Reach, press down in your feet. Lift up. Bring the other arm up. Overlap one thumb, reach. Take in your breath. Exhale, same side, going to your left. Over with both arms up. Crescent moon. Press down on your feet and reach up through your fingertips. Leave your left arm up. Bring your right arm down against the side of your body. Just press. Reach up, lengthen in this whole side. Reach, breathe, and exhale over to the side. And And then come back up to center. Bring that arm back up, overlap one thumb. Maybe choose the other thumb this time. Scoop it up, breathe, and press your hips over to the left, stretch over to your right. Press down in your feet, lift to center, breathe, and go to the back. Now, this is a little different than bringing our arms up. This is where they're already up. So you want to reach up and arch. So engage hips to protect your low back. Stretch out the front of your body in a back bend. Elongate your spine. Come to center. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your spine straight. Hinge forward in the hips. And lower down, head to knee. Now, if you want to, you can bend your knees and round your back to stretch it out after your arch. And then come into your head to knee. All right, now bring palms together once again. Overlap one thumb. Bring your arms next to your ears and lift just halfway. So press down in your feet and lift to where your torso is parallel to the floor. Press down in your feet a little bit more. Legs are engaged, hips are engaged as you lift. Reach up. And once again, go to the back for an arch. But elongate your spine. Don't grind anything in there. Stretch that abdomen. Arms are next to your ears. Come back to center. Open your arms out to the side. Bring them down and into Anjali Mudra. Pause for a moment. Taking a breath. Exhale to your left. Just looking over your left shoulder. That takes me right to my Om symbol there, quilted. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to center. Now really plant your feet. Take in your breath. Exhale the weight onto your right foot and lift your left knee. Just hold it up. Really press into the floor with the supporting foot and leg. Focus on a spot. And breathe. Stretch the leg out in front of you and bring it down onto the floor. Take in your breath. Exhale the weight onto your left foot and lift your right knee up. And then flex your right foot. Stretch out that leg, lift, and lower it down onto the floor. Release your arm, standing twist. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. Let it all go, loosen up. And back. Okay, so we had our knee bent, but let's stand on your right leg and lift your left knee up and just pull it in towards your chest, okay? Just pull in to get my balance here. There we go. Pull it in nice and close. Let it down. Other leg. Pull it in. Nice and close. Okay. Now, pull it in and let it go. Pull it in, let it go. Pull it in, let it go. Pull it in, let it go. Once more each leg. Down and down. Good. All right. So now just step forward with your left leg, back with your right into the high lunge. And just breathe in a few vinyasa breaths. You can bring your hands onto your hips, rest your shoulders for now. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift in the front of your body. Your diaphragm muscle gets a stretch here. Lift up. And then reach for the floor. Come into sun pose. Lift your chin. Reach back with the back heel. Feel the stretch in the bent knee, hip, the hip joint. And then step that foot in. Come back up. So now your right leg will be forward. Step back with your left. Into warrior one legs, hands on your hips, and just breathe it in and out. Breathe in and out. Press through the back heel and then lift. All right, so lift in the sternum, lift in the abdomen, reach up into a bit of an arch. Feel that stretch in your psoas muscles. And then reach for the floor for your sun pose. Stretch out the back leg, lift your chin as though honoring the sun as you gaze upon it, looking up. And then we'll just step it in and lift up, bring palms into prayer hands. Okay. So from here, let's start a little sun salute, okay? So palms together, overlap one thumb. Either one will do. Breathe. Exhale, fingertips down, out. Inhale, lift up into an arch. Exhale, head to knee pose. Take your left leg back into sun pose. Other leg back into plank. Prepare for cobra. You can come down onto your knees if you need to, or chaturanga. Bend your elbows, slide through, lift up into cobra. Inhale, lift, down dog. And exhale, step forward with that left leg into sun pose. And then step the back foot in or drag it in. Use that left thigh. Palms together, overlap thumbs. Inhale, lift. Up and back. Nice arch. Open and vulnerable here, laying bare ourselves. All right, bringing palms over your heart. Overlap your other thumb, taking a breath. Exhale, fingertips down, out. Inhale, up and back. Back bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, head to knee. Right leg back, sun pose. Lift your chin. And plank. Take the back leg back. Or I'm sorry, the front leg back. And either chaturanga or inchworm, whichever works for you today, slide through into cobra. And toes under, downward facing dog. Got a catch in my elbow, there we go. And step your right leg in, sun pose. Reach through the back heel, step it in, or drag it in. Use the strength of that right leg. Palms together, overlap one thumb. Inhale, lift, up and back. Okay, now a little bit more with pranayama. Loosen up in your neck a little bit. Turn your head side to side. Back to center. Okay. Breathing with your moves, or moving with your breath, actually is what I should have said. Take in your breath. Exhale, down, out. Inhale, up and back. Reach. Inhale to center. Exhale, head to knee. Inhale, left leg back, sun pose. Exhale, plank, hold the breath out and scoop it into cobra. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Step in the left leg, sun pose. Inhale and drag it in. Exhale, palms together. Inhale and lift. Up and back. And back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, scoop it out. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, head to knee. Take your right leg back. Sun pose. That's inhale. Exhale into plank. Hold the exhale and scoop it up. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, toes under, down dog. Inhale, right leg forward, sun pose. And drag in that back leg. Lift using the power of that right leg. Head to knee. Hold here for a moment. Stretch it out. Use the heat you've built. Breathe. And then palms together. Scoop it forward. Inhale. Up and back. Exhale. Anjali Mudra. Pause. Reflect on your thoughts. Any reactions? Okay, inhale, open your eyes. Shift the weight onto your right foot, lift your left knee, and twist towards that bent knee. And come back to center. Whoops, I went a little bit further than center. Step it down. So let's see here. I was here, here, and down. Okay. And breathe, right leg up. And just turn towards the bent knee. And release it down onto the floor. And shake out your arms, loosen up in your shoulders. Reverse. All right, fingers, bring the energy all the way down. Circle around. All right. Just pause for a moment. Feel your heart rate, your breathing. Notice the Earth Mother directly below you. Notice your posture. Notice how you feel, emotions, anything. Just checking in. And release your arms. And just come down sitting in easy pose for a moment. Actually, we'll start with easy pose, but then bring your leg around and we'll come into 4 square. Lift tall in your spine. Flex the top foot. Take in your breath. Reach up through your crown. Exhale and hinge forward in your hips just to release from the work that you've done today. Press down in your legs. Lift your crown. Just lean back and change legs. Come into your 4 square on the other side. Flex the top foot. Lift up tall and breathe. Exhale, hinge forward, hinging in your hips, bend, lengthen out in your spine. And relax into your stretch. Now you might have some endorphins flowing. Hopefully, if not, well, they'll come. But just notice how good you feel. The sense of well-being. And maybe even love, compassion. Press down in your legs, slowly lift up. So the endorphins are natural painkillers. But they also represent that sense of well-being. There was a a scientist woman, I can't think of her name just off the top of my head, but she said God is a hormone because of these endorphins that flow. So just lean back and stretch out your legs. Separate them 12 to 18 inches. And I'm going to recommend that you roll down without using your arms. So tilt your hips under. Just touch each little piece of your spine onto the mat. Roll under, especially at your low back. Roll your shoulder blades under. Bring your chin onto your chest for a moment to stretch the back of your neck. Turn your palms up. And now let it all go. Remaining in Shavasana. So the emptiness referred to in many teachings is not a vacancy or a hollowness. It is not an escape from ourselves, although sometimes we may be tempted to feel that way. It is the laying bare of ourselves, and what better place than Shavasana to open and surrender attachment to outcome. Surrender having to have things a certain way. Surrender to your highest integrity. And relax, knowing how wonderful you truly are. Now I'm going to ask that you slide your feet together and lift your knees, pulling your knees in close and then coming right up on into sitting, just keeping that relaxed state for a little bit longer. But bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer hands. And with just a slight bow of your head, just a tiny little bit, think of how you would like to see the world and your life within the world. What would feel wonderful to you, like you feel after yoga, with endorphins flowing and positive vibration flowing, vibrating. And just offer up a little prayer or meditation, suggestion, request to however you perceive a higher power or guidance to help you bring that about. And then think of someone. It can be a human, it can be an animal, it can be the earth or a tree. But think of someone that you just love so, so much that when you think of them, you just feel warm all over. And then send some of that warmth to that person or thing or animal. We've had our hands in Anjali Mudra. We'll use that as a seal for our practice today. And may all your hopes, all your prayers and meditations be fulfilled for the highest good of all. Namaste, everybody. Thank you once again for being here, letting me share some yoga time. Hi, everybody. Before I go, I just wanted to thank those of you who've made some beautiful comments in the YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. It feels really good to hear from you. So thank you for that. And with the energies the way they are, just be safe out there. Just affirm, I am safe from all harm. Okay? Believe that and know that you are. And we'll all create our realities the best of our ability. Okay? Have a great evening. Love to all. Bye now.